Why does Thanos say Iron Man is, like him, a man burdened with knowledge? During the battle on Titan in Avengers: Infinity War, Thanos, upon his first direct confrontation with Iron Man, called out his name.
Dog, you know me?
He also left behind a thought-provoking line.
You're not the only one cursed with knowledge.
So, what is the deeper meaning behind Thanos' words? First, we need to understand what the curse of knowledge means. It's like back in school, when you found a certain problem very simple, but when explaining it to other classmates, they just couldn't grasp it. The classmates might even think you were spouting nonsense or fooling them. This, for the top student, is the curse of knowledge. In the Marvel Universe, the curse of knowledge is imbued with a more profound tragic hue. Both Thanos and Iron Man, because of their extraordinary wisdom and foresight, fell into loneliness. They foresaw crises undetectable to ordinary people and tried to solve them with extreme measures. But they were questioned by those around them because their ideas were too far ahead of their time. Tony Stark's intellect is among the very best in the universe. This allowed him to perceive the threats facing Earth far too early. From the Battle of New York in the Avengers to the Ultron crisis in Age of Ultron, he was constantly driven by an anxiety to prepare for the future. In Iron Man 3, his anxiety reached its peak, because by then, he had learned that alien technology far surpassed Earth's. If he didn't take action, how would they face extraterrestrial threats in the future? Thus, he tirelessly researched and developed new Iron Man suits day and night. But even Pepper, his closest confidant, felt Tony had gone mad, because she couldn't understand the purpose behind Tony's current desperation at all. It was even harder for outsiders to comprehend. For example, in Age of Ultron, when Tony conceived the idea of creating Ultron, he dared not share it with teammates who only knew how to fight, because, in his view, their intellect wouldn't allow them to understand. So, he could only secretly conduct research with Banner. Sure enough, when Tony's Ultron project went awry and was discovered by the others, not a single person stood by his side. Thor even grabbed him by the throat.
It's going around.
Come on, use your words, buddy.
I have more than enough words to describe you, Stark.
Thanos expressed deep sympathy for Tony because his own salvation ideology was similarly misunderstood. He once witnessed the entire process of Titan's demise due to resource depletion. From then on, he became convinced that eliminating half of all life was the only way to maintain cosmic balance. However, the means to implement this ideology were too cruel. Thus, it was opposed by people across the universe. Thanos' loneliness lay in his self-proclaimed role as a savior, with no one able to understand his vision. Even his adopted daughter, Gamora, viewed him as a tyrant. At this point, some might ask, why didn't Thanos double the universe's resources instead of insisting on wiping out half of all life? Wouldn't that avoid the world's scorn? He might even have gained people's praise. But if resources were increased, the population would continue to grow. Then resources would never be sufficient, and planets would eventually burst from overpopulation. That's why he adopted such an extreme method to solve the problem. Actually, as early as after the Battle of New York in the Avengers, Thanos had already learned of Iron Man's reputation. After all, not everyone has the courage to carry a nuclear missile to save the world from peril. He also destroyed Thanos' ship. After that, Tony's every move was under his watch. Therefore, when Thanos first met Tony on Titan, he expressed a sense of mutual understanding and respect. Even after defeating Iron Man, he couldn't bring himself to kill him outright. Thanos' recognition of Iron Man is essentially a resonance between two lonely souls. Both were scorned for their foresight, yet remained convinced that theirs was the only viable path. This is the true meaning of the curse of knowledge.
You have my respect, Stark.